Are you in a relationship and noticing some red flags? You need to watch this. Look, we're going to talk about some serious stuff today, the kind of stuff that can make or break your relationship. We're diving deep into the danger zones, shining a light on those red flags you absolutely cannot ignore. We're talking about those gut feelings, those nagging doubts, those moments that make you question everything. You know what I'm talking about, those times when something just feels off. Listen, recognizing these signs early on can save you a whole lot of heartache down the road. We're gonna break this down together, step by step, so you can identify these red flags and, most importantly, know when it's time to walk away because your well-being, your happiness, your future, that's what's on the line here. Let me tell you something. A healthy relationship is built on respect, on support, on lifting each other up. It's about being there for one another, through thick and thin. It's not about tearing each other down. It's not about making the other person feel small or insignificant. So, if you're constantly on the receiving end of criticism, if you're feeling belittled, demeaned, like you can't do anything right, that's a major red flag, folks. It starts subtly, right? A little jab here, a dismissive comment there, but over time it chips away at your self-esteem, your confidence. You start to feel like you're not good enough, you start to question yourself, your worth. You begin to wonder if you're the problem. And that's exactly what this kind of manipulation does. It makes you doubt yourself, it makes you doubt your abilities, your decisions, your very essence, making you more dependent on the very person who's tearing you down. It's a vicious cycle. It's like she's trying to mold you into something you're not, criticizing every little thing until you fit her idea of perfect. But perfection is an illusion. But let me tell you, there's a big difference between constructive feedback and constant negativity. One builds you up, the other tears you down. Ask yourself this: does she criticize you in private, in public, in front of your friends and family? Because that's a whole other level of disrespect. It's about control, plain and simple. It's about making you feel inferior. She wants to undermine you, to make you feel small so she can hold the power in the relationship. And you know what? You deserve better than that. You deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. You deserve better than that. You deserve to be with someone who appreciates you for who you are, flaws and all. Someone who encourages you to grow, who supports your dreams, who celebrates your successes. Don't settle for anything less. You have the power to choose a better path for yourself. Look, a little jealousy now and then is normal, human even, but when it turns into possessiveness, when she's constantly monitoring your every move, that's a whole different ballgame. That's a red flag waving right in your face. It starts subtly. Checking your phone, questioning who you're with, where you're going, but soon it escalates. She's isolating you from your friends, your family, trying to control every aspect of your life. She's demanding access to your social media accounts, reading your emails, maybe even tracking your location. She's accusing you of things you haven't done, making you defend yourself constantly. It's exhausting, it's draining, and it's a clear sign of a controlling and unhealthy relationship. You see, real love is based on trust, on giving each other space to breathe, to grow. It's not about suffocating the other person, clipping their wings, keeping them in a cage. That's not love, that's control. And let me tell you, it only gets worse over time. The more you give in, the more she takes. Don't let it get to that point. You deserve to be in a relationship where you feel respected, trusted, and free to be yourself. Never takes responsibility. Is she always playing the victim? We all make mistakes, right? It's a universal truth that no one is perfect. We stumble, we fall, and we learn. It's part of being human. Mistakes are opportunities for growth, for understanding ourselves and others better. But in a healthy relationship, you own up to your mistakes, you apologize, you learn from them. This is how trust is built and maintained. You don't shift the blame, make excuses, or play the victim. These actions only serve to erode trust and create distance. If you're in a relationship where she never takes responsibility for her actions, where accountability is a foreign concept, where she's always blaming you for everything that goes wrong, that's a huge red flag. It's a sign that something deeper is amiss. It's a sign of immaturity, of a lack of accountability, and it's a recipe for disaster. Think about it. How can a relationship thrive in such an environment? Every time there's an argument, every time there's a disagreement, every time something goes wrong, it's always your fault, right? You're the one who ends up carrying the burden. It's always you who feels the weight of the blame, the guilt, the need to make amends. You're the one who's always apologizing, always trying to make things right, and she, always trying to make things right, and she She's the innocent victim, the one who's been wronged. She's the innocent victim, the one who's been wronged. This kind of behavior is toxic, plain and simple. This kind of behavior is toxic, plain and simple. It creates an imbalance in the relationship. It creates an imbalance in the relationship where you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to rock the boat. You start to doubt yourself, your perceptions, your sanity. Afraid to rock the boat, you start to doubt yourself, your perceptions, your sanity. This is not how a healthy relationship should be. You start to doubt yourself, your perceptions, your sanity. Listen, you can't have a healthy, functioning relationship without accountability. You need two people who are willing to own up to their mistakes. To communicate openly and honestly, and to work together to find solutions. This is the foundation of a strong, healthy relationship. And to work together to find solutions. Only then can you build a relationship that stands the test of time. Unfaithful and dishonest. Can you ever really trust her? Trust. It's the foundation of any strong relationship. Without it, you're building on shaky ground. So if you're seeing signs of infidelity, of dishonesty, those are cracks in the foundation, my friend. And you need to pay attention. Maybe you've caught her in lies, big or small. Maybe she's secretive with her phone, her computer, her whereabouts. Or maybe you have a gut feeling that something's just not right. Don't ignore those instincts. Look, I'm not saying every little white lie is a relationship ender, but when it becomes a pattern, when it's coupled with other red flags, that's a serious problem. It erodes trust, creates doubt, and can leave you feeling betrayed and heartbroken. And let's be clear, infidelity is a choice. It's a conscious decision to betray the trust of the person you supposedly love. And it's never okay. If she's cheated on you once, she's more likely to do it again. And even if she doesn't, the damage is done. The trust is broken. And rebuilding that trust, that's a long, hard road. Isolating you. Is she trying to control who you see? You know, one of the most insidious things an abuser does is isolate their victim from their support system. This tactic is often subtle at first, making it hard to recognize until it's too late. They cut them off from their friends, their family, anyone who might see what's really going on, and try to intervene. This isolation makes the victim more dependent on the abuser. If you're in a relationship where she's constantly putting down your loved ones, making it difficult for you to see them, or even forbidding you from contacting them, that's a major red flag. These actions are designed to make you feel alone and unsupported. It's a sign of control, of manipulation, and it's a dangerous path to go down. It starts subtly, often disguised as concern or jealousy. Maybe she makes snide comments about your best friend, suggesting they're a bad influence or don't really care about you, or she picks fights with your siblings, creating tension and making family gatherings stressful. She might complain that you spend too much time with your family, accusing you of neglecting her needs. Or she might say that your family doesn't really understand you, planting seeds of doubt in your mind. But over time, it escalates. The subtle comments turn into outright demands and ultimatums. She starts creating drama, making it uncomfortable for you to be around your loved ones. This is a deliberate strategy to make you choose her over them. She might even give you ultimatums. It's me or them. This forces you into a corner, making you feel like you have no choice. This is a classic tactic of abusers. They want to be the center of your world, controlling every aspect of your life. They want you all to themselves, isolated and dependent on them. This makes it easier for them to manipulate and control you. They don't want anyone else to see what's going on, to challenge their behavior, or to offer you a way out. Recognizing these signs early can help you protect yourself and seek the support you need. Don't ignore the red flags. Your well-being matters. Listen, I'm going to be straight with you. Love shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't make you feel small, controlled, or unworthy. If you're seeing these red flags in your relationship, don't ignore them. Don't make excuses for her behavior. Your well-being is important. You deserve to be in a relationship where you feel loved, respected, and supported. A relationship where you can be yourself, where you can grow, where you can thrive. Don't settle for anything less. If you're in a relationship with someone who exhibits these red flags, I urge you to seek help. Talk to a trusted friend, a family member, or a therapist. There's no shame in asking for help. In fact, it's the strongest thing you can do. Remember, you are not alone, and you deserve to be happy.